Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between, to the, I almost said Coach Rocco, to Rocco George Tarot. I know this is a little bit of a clickbaity topic, but I saw Joe Rogan's interview with Elon Musk, and couldn't watch the whole thing because there was two parts of it that really bothered me, and it stuck with me, and I thought, well, I need to read the tarot on this. I think a lot of tarot card readers don't want to get political and don't, they just stick to the astrological signs and whatnot. But these days, these times that we're living in has sort of forced me to, it's the time that we need to claim where we stand. It's dire circumstances, and I will get more into that in a few following episodes of this show. It's very brand new. Most of you know me as an actor, mostly kids entertainment, but I've also been a studier of mysticism, esoteric arts, history, religious history. If you hear snoring, it's my son. He's sleeping on the floor here. And yes, he is a dog. Don't call CPS. All right, let's get to it. Is Joe Rogan Elon Musk's bitch? Or why was there no pushback in that pathetic interview that he gave? I know a lot of you are going to get mad, and that's okay. That's okay. Get mad, comment, keep it somewhat clean. Or else I'll have to delete it. But, if you disagree, just be respectful, and maybe I'll answer, maybe I won't. I might have time, I might not have time. Let's just throw cards out. Ace of Wands. This work that Joe Rogan is doing is still in God's hands. There's still time to turn around and switch positions, to wake up, to join a new movement, to go in another direction. Because what's happening now is people are taking advantage of their position in life and putting their ideas of what, their perspective, their ideas of what, how people should be living their lives. And I'm looking at Elon Musk in this sense. He's sort of, he said it himself, we are the parasite class. So, this is a man who didn't want in his life, ever. He was born into his riches. And here we have next the Seven of Swords, which makes a lot of sense. When I'm talking about Elon Musk, he's literally taking contracts that were made for Verizon and changing them, giving contracts to himself for Starlink. He's, getting contracts over $38 billion in government contracts, which is why they haven't, Doge hasn't touched the Pentagon yet. They talk about it, but nothing's come of it. The Knight of Swords. So there's that element of moving very quickly, it's a cluster fuck of trying to get as much done as possible so that we don't realize what's going on, so that we don't wake up and we start tearing this shit down. So that is why I am saying to everyone, oops, I pulled out two. We have the Nine of Wands and the Two of Cups. Exactly what I was saying. The Nine of Wands. There is suspicion. We can overcome, but we have to look at things. We have to really look at things. We have to wake up. We got to look at things suspiciously. We got to question things. We are going to overcome this. We are going to be a little worse for wear, but we are going to overcome this. And we are going to overcome this because next, if we come together, the Two of Cups, look at that, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between. The Two of Cups, exactly what I'm saying. We have to come together. So as the story goes, there's some work being done, some behind the scenes sort of thing, Ace of Wands, but it's still in God's hands. We still have time, because what's coming next is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, people are taking things, trying to be mischievous, trying to be sneaky about it. And we have to, and they're trying to move fast. Knight of Swords, they're moving as fast as they can, trying to be fast about it, but we have to really look at things. We have to overcome our own self-doubt. We have to have a little more self-confidence, a little more focus on what our gut feeling is telling us, because what it's telling us is that we need to come together. We need to find that thing we have in common, you know. There was really two parts of this interview that really stuck with me, that really bothered me. Speaking of having suspicion, it was when Joe Rogan asked the question, how is Social Security a Ponzi scheme? How is it a Ponzi scheme? We keep paying into it. We keep paying into it. People die, and another person is born, and that person eventually is going to work and keep paying into it. And the way Elon Musk reacted is like he was pulling things out of his ass. Like he even gulped. I mean, it was disgusting. His mouth was dry. He was like swallowing his saliva. And that gulp told me that he was trying to buy himself time.
You can tell me better than anybody.
Social Security is the biggest Ponzi scheme of all time.
Right, explain that.
Oh, so people pay into Social Security, and the money goes out of Social Security immediately. But the obligation for Social Security is your entire retirement career. So you're paying with you're paying like if you look at the future obligations of Social Security, it far exceeds the tax revenue. Far. Have you ever looked at the debt clock?
Yes.
Okay. There's our present day debt, but then there's our future obligations. So when you look at the future obligations of Social Security, the actual national debt is like double what people think it is because of the future obligations. So basically people are living way longer than expected. And there are fewer babies being born. So you have more people who are retired and that live for a long time and get retirement payments. So the future obligations. So however bad the financial situation is right now for the federal government, it will be much worse in the future. At the risk of being a buzzkill here.
Three of Coins. Working behind the scenes. Going way back into his head and trying to find, what do I say? You see, the thing about all these guys is that they see Donald Trump getting away with bullshitting, that they think they could do it. Now, I personally don't think Donald Trump is very good at bullshitting. I can fucking smell the bullshit a mile away. But everybody, all his little cronies, his little friends, they think, oh, it's great, you know, he's so good at bullshitting, that means I could bullshit too. And none of these motherfuckers are as good at it. Seven of Cups. So we have decisions to make. We have choices to make. We have to think about what's in our best interest and not about what irks us about somebody else. We have to find like-mindedness. And I want to just give a little more warning to people out there. This Seven of Cups, and I'll do some more readings on this, but I have been having a lot of, and I'm sure a lot of you have had the same experience. I've been having dream after dream, apocalyptic dream. Last night I was dreaming that bombs were going off, and the fact of the matter is that when you do have these kind of dreams, the most important thing about it is the feeling you have in the dream. And in the dream, I wasn't even surprised. I wasn't even scared. I was a little bit afraid. Yeah, we had to evacuate. All these things were happening. We're getting food. But I wasn't even surprised about it. It was like, yeah, of course this happened, of course. So as another side note, I would just like to tell everybody, start keeping a dream journal and write it down the way you see it, but also try to interpret it almost like you would the tarot cards. Write down what it would mean if it was a tarot card. And, that's based on how you feel looking at it. Let's throw another card. The Chariot, because something's coming. Something's coming. We need to be prepared. Being prepared is the only way to know how to handle something in the moment. So there's this work that's being done, it's still in God's hands, but something's being stolen away. Elon, the Knight of Swords, trying to move very fast. We have to look at it with some suspicion. We have to come together. We have to realize, Three of Coins, we have to realize that there's something going on behind the scenes, some crafting, some work, and we have to look at every aspect of our life in order to be prepared for that, because what's coming is a big fight, a big war, a big we've got a King of Wands. Because we got to be experts at what we do. We have to claim our domain. We can't live as serfs, and there's no question about anything that is oppressed out there. The natural instinct is to fight and to figure out things using innovation, imagination to get yourself out of that. So claim your own dominion, claim your own life, because a lot of people have voted against their own interest just to own the libs, and now they're getting screwed. There's all this FAFO or whatever. I mean, it doesn't make any difference to me, right? You get what you voted for. I'm not going to rub it in people's faces. Yeah, I've been angry. I've been angry because I myself am on Medicare, which is why I'm so angry about these things that, these things, Three of Cups in reverse. Of course it's in reverse. But there will be a time to overcome, to claim our dominion. And there will be a time for celebration in the future. Somebody will be celebrating. The billionaires, the 1%, they might be celebrating. We won't, We have to claim our own dominion. That is what will make us happy. There's not... We have to make sure that there is a finite change from this capitalist, dog-eat-dog, parasitical kind of system where we live in a system where the government works for us. That is what the government is for. FDR was right, And they have been trying to kill his system, his Social Security, his, what's the word I'm thinking of here? His They have been trying to kill his social protections since the time he was a president, since the 1940s. So, getting to the question at hand, Ace of Swords. Now, who in particular, Ace of Swords? The question is Joe Rogan Elon's bitch, right? The real reason I'm asking the question, and the real question underneath it all, and by the way, the snoring is the dog over here, not me. I'm not, whatever. The real question is, why was there no pushback from Joe Rogan during this interview? The honest truth is, and it's still in God's hands, and his career is still in God's hands, but I think he's on shaky ground. I think he's starting to realize, crap, I have, risked my own career so that I could have access to billionaires on my show. Because now now that I've got this Spotify thing, I was number one podcast in the world, in the United States, whatever it is. But he's slipping now. And then I've got access. I've got tax breaks because, the tax breaks are going to the rich. Let's stop pretending, okay? Let's stop pretending. But it's in God's hands. I'm also saying God's hands. I don't exactly mean God, but in the universe is still giving us free will. It's still giving him free will. He can turn this around. Joe Rogan can turn this around because he is looking like a bitch, to be honest. He's looking like a bitch. Elon Musk is literally sitting there pulling shit out of his ass. He said in that clip, people are living longer. People are living longer, and they're scared to have babies. What do you want people to do? To have fucking babies when they're 70 years old? Shut the fuck up. Take that fucking gulp, because you're fucking talking out your ass, you piece of shit. For God's sakes, fucking people, wake the fuck up. My God, really? You listen to this piece of shit and you think that he's a genius? The motherfucker got most of his riches from his fucking perverted dad's emerald mine. There you go. Okay, end of story. Next card, please. I need my glasses. 8 of coins. By the way, I'm using this, I forget what it's called. The Uncommon Tarot is very interesting. These two came out together. 6 of coins and 3 of wands. 6 of coins. Philanthropy, giving, assisting people, being a blessing to somebody, being a blessing, using our talents. 3 of wands here. Looking back and appreciating kindness, appreciating giving, seeing the world as one big community that we can all, I know what you're thinking, kumbaya, all that shit, but take it with a grain of salt, all right? I don't mean we all, get naked and, sing around a campfire and, eat dirt. But I'm saying, we have to see ourselves as the human race. There's no difference between any of us. Shut the hell up. All these fucking people with, there's so much. Look, I'm mixed race, okay? I'm half Mexican, half Italian. All right, I'm from Tucson, whatever. They're so violent, they're so, immigrants, really? All right, let's go on about this little immigrant comment that he did.
Did you see?
So we better fix what we got right now, because if it's bad now, it's going to be much worse in the future.
There was an interview with this woman who was a whistleblower.
Yeah.
Did we ever find out if that was true?
There's so many whistles being blown. It's hard to keep track.
A lot of whistles. But this one lady,
It was only in one state. It was very specific instance,
right?
I believe.
But it was using Social Security money, correct? That was her.
I don't know.
That was her allegation. So what she was alleging was that she was in charge of turning illegal immigrants into clients. That's what they would call them, and that she would go to them and try to ask them, "Do you have a headache? Do you have back problems?
Yes.
If you do, now you can be permanently disabled. You get permanent disability, so you get Social Security for life."
Yes.
Yeah.
Not just Social Security, but disability, which is even more.
Right, and you get them on the taxpayer dole right away the moment, and they're illegal aliens.
Yes. Oh, so if I were to say, like, what's at the heart of the sort of, like, why is the Democrat propaganda machine so fired up to destroy me? That's the main reason. The main reason is that entitlements fraud. That includes like Social Security, disability, Medicaid. Entitlements fraud for illegal aliens is what is serving as a gigantic magnetic force to pull people in from all around the world and keep them here. Like basically, if you pay people at a standard of living that is above 90% of Earth, then you have a very powerful incentive for 90% of Earth to come here and to stay here. But if you end the illegal alien fraud, then you turn off that magnet, and they leave, and they stop coming, and the ones that are here, many of them will simply leave. And if that happens, they will lose a massive number of Democratic voters.
And if it didn't happen, they would turn those people into voters.
Correct.
Which they were trying to do.
They're already turning them. So in New York State, illegal aliens can already vote in state and city elections. A lot of people don't know that. They're trying to fight that, and they're trying to stop that, but they're currently, I think it's like 600,000.
First of all, immigrants, they do pay taxes. They can get Social Security benefits, even though they do pay taxes. You know why they pay taxes? Because I know some of you are saying, oh, how do they pay taxes if they get the money under the table? You know what they do? They go and they file their taxes and they pay. Go to the IRS site, right? And it tells people who are illegal, you can pay your taxes and you should pay your taxes. You know why? Because that is proof that you were a constructive, that's proof that you were a constructive person, that you were a positive worker. It proves that you benefited the economy. You pay your taxes, it makes it easier for you to get your green card. All right. His other little stupid fucking comment, all right? This is, I can't believe people listen to this. 8 million fucking views. 8 million views. They listen to this and they're like, oh, he's so fucking smart. He literally said, illegal aliens, right? Illegal. I don't think anybody's illegal, by the way. Whatever, you can argue. Well, we can argue about it some other time. Let's just keep going so I don't get distracted. Illegal aliens, all right, cannot get disability benefits. Okay, let me throw a question out there to all of you. How many of you have applied for disability benefits? I have. You know why? I was ill, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I was ill. I didn't get those benefits. It took over a year to just get a result, just to get people to answer if I could get on it or not. It took over a year. How the hell? And I was born in Tucson. I know, whatever. I was born in Tucson, and I'm an American citizen. I paid into Social Security. I paid into Medicaid. I paid into all that, and I was refused. You can't. It takes a year to get on Social Security disability. It takes a year, sometimes longer, and you always get denied. So you're telling me Elon Musk, who's never wanted for anything in his life, whose mommy probably had a nanny wipe his ass until he was 20 years old and give him chi-chi and powder his fucking bottom, and you too, Joe Rogan. And by the way, yeah, okay. You're telling me that you know for a fact Joe Rogan, because it was Joe Rogan who said it. You know for a fact that undocumented immigrants are getting Social Security disability benefits. Really? Really? You think that's true? He is the same way he talks shit about kids going piss in fucking litter boxes when he was pulling that out of his ass. Oh, they're identifying as cats. It never happened. The only story close enough to that was proven, his little friend Jamie or whatever fact checked his ass. By the way, all right, before I go on, I have to say this. If you take testosterone, Joe Rogan, okay, there was a little glitch there, but as I was saying, Joe Rogan, RFK, steroids and testosterone, that is gender-affirming care. So before you go around judging trans people for taking testosterone, estrogen, look in the mirror, okay? Let's not get too excited yet. All right, now, is Joe Rogan a bitch? 5 of Wands. Yes, he is. Now, okay, 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. There's competition, you know. Joe Rogan feels the stress right now. You know, Theo Vaughn is out there. That other guy, Andrew Schultz. I did a pilot with him once called, I think, Today's Special or something. It's on IMDb, if you don't believe me. Okay. This is good. This is good. 5 of Wands. He's feeling the heat. He needs to have the access to the billionaires. He thinks that's what people want. He thinks this is what interests people. You know, he's got all these conspiracy theories, and people can always go to, you know, me, Marjorie Taylor's Green, or Alex Jones, you know, but this is like his niche. He thinks this is his niche. Having oily-faced billionaires parasite robber barons like Peter Thiel. And, you know, as Bill Burr put it, laminated-faced cunt Elon Musk. So that is why, yes. Is Joe Rogan a bitch to the billionaire class, the robber barons? Yes. But he has his reasons. He thinks that's his niche. Interviewing all, you know, he's had them all on. Mark Zuckerberg. You know. Oh, God. These fucking... All right, I'm not that attractive myself. But these guys, there's something unwholesome and something like rancid about them. Queen of Cups. That's me, the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. That's my energy there. I'm the Virgo. So the question was, what we started out with, I know this video is getting kind of long, is Joe Rogan Elon's bitch? The answer is, you decide. Yeah, you decide. Are you going to go watch his show? Are you going to buy, are you going to listen to Spotify? Pay the, I don't know, I don't have Spotify. If you're going to pay the monthly charge, 8 million people have seen the video so far. It's only been up a day. That's 8 million people that saw the misinformation now. And I only saw a few parts of the interview because I couldn't handle listening to the sound of so much hot air coming out fucking their ass faces, you know. And I know, yeah, a lot of people, oh, he's a lefty, yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, but also, you want all you red state people, I know you're all on EBT. We pay your taxes up here, New York. I'm paying your EBT, Medicaid. 40% of births are paid for by Medicaid. Abortion's illegal, but we want you to have your babies in the street and have more babies and have them at 70 years old. Get the fuck out of here. What the fuck, man? And don't judge me saying, oh, he's a lefty and this shit, whatever. I'm watching my own ass too. I'm on Medicaid. We got good Medicaid in New York. That being said, is Joe Rogan, whatever, he is a bitch. He is a bitch to the billionaire class, but that's because he wants access. He wants to pay less taxes, just like all the other rich sons of bitches, all right? Free Luigi, free Palestine. May the universe bless you so that you can be a blessing to somebody else. Take care of yourself. Question everything. Save your money. Don't invest in Bitcoin, okay? I shouldn't have to say that. May the universe bless you again. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, you little bitch troll from hell.
There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.